Looks like we got Coach Alex Rivera joining us. What's going on, Alex? How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How you doing?
All good, all
Coach.
good, Coach. So I wanted to have you on. Obviously, you guys ended up signing with CES and had a fight that was streamed on the Zone. So I wanted to just get some details because obviously we're all under the assumption you guys signed with CES. Is that the case?
No, we didn't sign with CES. We're business partners. Rashid El is still a free agent. We're just moving, bro. Boxing right now, to me, is in a weird spot where we are losing a lot of fights to other promoters out of the United States, and we didn't have good luck with Golden Boy, and then PBC lost Showtime, and then we ended up free again. So we're just gonna fight, bro. We're gonna fight, and we're gonna push to become mandatory for somebody, and then they're gonna have to fight us.
So how'd the conversations go with ProBox?
You know what? I talked to Gary Jones once. It was actually we talked to Test, and he was in the middle of a show. Um, he said he was gonna call me back, and he never reached back. But we haven't talked. We haven't really talked to ProBox.
And I'm only asking because I watched the CES show and I was not impressed, Alex. I know you could not been happy. You could barely see Rashidi. I understand it was a club show, but they made it look like a club show on TV. It didn't make any sense, man. And it's sad because CES, I've been following them 14 years. So this is your opportunity at big time television, and it looked like that. It wasn't fair to Rashidi. It's not fair to his fans. I mean, did you watch the playback? You couldn't see Rashidi in the ring. They didn't have lighting, bro.
To be honest with you, brother, I watch Jermaine. Jermaine is a good friend of ours. Him and Rashid spar all the time. Great work. I watched Jermaine's show, and Jermaine's show looked great compared to
Ortiz.
our
Yeah, yeah, it
Jermaine
did.
Ortiz.
Yeah, I mean, he was on
Um,
Box Lab. He was on Box Lab with MVP. You know, they've been doing their thing.
yeah, I agree with you. You know what happened? We really did the show in a nightclub. I think it was the first time that they did a professional show at that place. In the past, I had amateur shows there, but obviously I didn't have TV. I actually was I was next to somebody talking to somebody when I heard the guy producing the show, the guy from the zone, saying lighting was horrible. You couldn't see the fighters, you couldn't see their heads. Um, so I remember they put all the lights on, and then it was way too bright, and people started complaining, and they brought them back down. But I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you 100%. Um, the show, the quality of the show wasn't that great. Um, I totally agree with you, man. Everybody was complaining about it. The good thing with CES is they have shows at the casinos in Connecticut, Mohegan Sun, Foxwoods. So hopefully, moving forward, if we don't get a call from a big promoter, we'll be fighting in one of those places.
Now, there's been small rumors. It could just be, gossip online, but there is talks of Myquan Williams and Rashidi in Connecticut. Is that something that you've heard, or this is the first?
Uh, I love the kid Williams. I see him rise through the amateurs. I thought he was 140.
You could be right. I'll double check. I know he just fought, and
He just
he's
fought,
been
but
on a streak, but I'll check.
yeah, he beat a good friend of mine. Puerto Rican kid was undefeated. He stopped him actually.
But Rashidi fought at 54 his last fight, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, but he made it easy. It was just, he hasn't fought in 2 years. You know what I mean? So I figure, let's do 154. Let's start losing this weight slowly. We don't have to push it. It's your first fight back in 2 years. You know what I mean? So yeah, we fought at 54, but Nestor, he made the weight easy, easy.
I mean, the good thing is he looked happy to be back in the ring, and he was having fun. Is there a plan, a return month? How long are you expecting to keep him out?
The good thing with CES, this is why we came into this partnership with my friend Jimmy Birchfield. Um, he's busy, bro. He has shows all the time. He has two shows in January. We're gonna hop on one of them. I don't know if you watched the whole show. I had two fighters there. I had a Rashidi Ellis and I have Mike Fontanes, the lefty kid, Puerto Rican kid. He can fight also. So we're gonna be busy with CES boxing. I'm hoping we fight in January, and we can move it. I know Rashidi is very eager to get his hands on Norman Jr., but because he wasn't ranked, the fight wasn't able to happen. Um, I heard that we could have fought Boots Ennis when his opponent fell through on his last fight, but because Rashidi wasn't ranked, we didn't get we didn't go to the call. So we're gonna find. Let's see if we get any calls. I know Mr. Norman has been running his mouth online because he's one of those trainers that talk for his fighter. Let your fighter talk. Let your fighter say what he wants to do. I know he was talking mad, smack about Rashidi. Um, we want to fight him. I know he's fighting Derek Cuevas. Derek Cuevas is a
You're
good
breaking
kid.
up, coach. You're breaking
He
up.
was Rashidi's sparring partner.
You said you know he's fighting Derek
Give me one
Cuevas.
second. Yeah, Derek Cuevas is okay, bro. But he's not talking shit. I always said, if you tell the truth, it's not shit. You're just telling the truth, and a lot of people don't like it. Rashidi used to spar Derek Cuevas. Derek Cuevas is a tough, good kid, but he lacks in the hard department. I'm pretty sure once Norman stepped to him, the fight's over.
Mm.
Rashidi Ellis knocked Derek Cuevas in sparring, and Derek Cuevas didn't even know what he had to eat, wearing 18-ounce gloves. You know what I mean? So I know the WBO did his thing. They moved him up. He's mandatory. I don't know how. Chile was mandatory a couple of times for a couple of titles, number 2 and 3. Obviously we haven't been blessed with luck in the sport. First Golden Boy, we were with them for 5 years. I think we did like 6 fights, top 7 maybe. They made us fight Eddie Gomez twice. Then we go with PBC. We're happy to be with them, and they lose their TV deal, and now they don't have space to move all the fighters they have. So hopefully somebody calls or we keep fighting and we become mandatory for one of these belts. I would love for Rashidi to fight Norman Jr. I think it'll be a great fight of two kids. They match very well. Norman is tough, he's fast, throws a lot of combinations, and so is Rashidi. I think it'll be a great fight.
Um, I gotta ask the tough question here. Rashidi's
Go ahead,
been with
brother.
he's been with two major promoters, Alex, Golden Boy and PBC. I mean, fighters dream to sign to one of them. You guys have been with both. Do you think you are the problem as the manager and the trainer? Should you just play one role? Or do you think it's not you?
Um, I always tell my fighters this, and I like that question and I respect it. Um, I used to go on goldenboy.com and look at the pictures of all the fighters, and I used to dream with one day seeing one of my fighters there, and I accomplished that. And just me and Rashidi, like you said, we managed to land in two big companies. Rashidi wasn't treated fairly when he was with Golden Boy, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say one thing about that. We go and beat Alexis Rocha. Um, it was a great fight for Rashidi, and easy fight. Now I'm gonna ask you a question, Mister. Say you are Rashidi Ellis manager, right? And Rashidi beats Alexis Rocha comfortable, and he got. I'm gonna throw a number out there. This is not what we got. Whatever. Rashidi got $100 to beat Alexis Rocha. Will you fight Virgil Ortiz after Rashidi beat Alexis Rocha for the same amount of money, $100?
No.
No,
No, I wouldn't.
Hello,
No.
hello.
not a
Yeah,
chance.
we hear you. We hear you. The answer
Hold
is
on one
no.
second. I lost you for a second. Don't move.
Okay.
Oh, your sister. Hello.
Yep, we hear you.
Okay, okay. So let me. I'm trying to. Can you still hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. So you tell me, Nestor. I don't know where you lost me. You're
No,
managing a
no.
fighter.
We answered we
Yeah,
both
not a
we
chance.
yeah, we
I
both
I
said
did.
no.
Okay. So I'm this close to tell you how much Rashidi got for Alexis Rocha and how much they offer me for Virgil. I might get in trouble,
How
but
can you get
that
in
will.
trouble? I mean that contract is over. You're not with that company and you
You
know you're
well,
disgruntled.
Golden Boy made us sign a letter saying that we're not allowed to say nothing about them. That is not
Oh
beneficial to
shit.
them. That's how bad they fuck Rashidi.
Mm.
You understand what I mean? Then we go to PVC and they lose Showtime. So I got no problems with if I'm hurting my fighters. Believe me, bro, I'm the first one because in this sport we have a lot of dudes that hurt their fighters for their own ego. I think
Mm-hmm.
Theo should be training with somebody else. All due respect to his dad. You know what I mean? All due respect to his dad, Teofimo Lopez gets gets hurt more than help by his dad. Whether he's at the fights, whether he's at the press conference, at the fighters meeting, you could tell Theo's a low key guy, very reserved, very respectful, and his father is out there like a fucking maniac. You know what I mean? So I like to learn, bro. Like Bruce Lee once said, when you think you know it all, you become a fool. So if I always told my fighters this. I'm getting old. I'm not getting younger. If you feel like I'm not giving you what you need, I want you to tell me, and I'm gonna help you look for what you need. Because at the end of the day, my fighters are human beings. They got kids. They got families. I want to see them do good. Fuck my ego. You know what I mean? Put it to the side. Sit in a chair and watch that kid that you started since day one become somebody. Allowing somebody else to help them if you cannot help them no more. So I don't think it's my fault. Um, we got the same. I gotta say it again, bro. Like, how can I would consider myself a poor manager if Rashidi beats Alexi Rocha for 200,000, and then we get offered 200,000 to fight Virgil. Not a penny more. And when we got
Mm-hmm.
offered that fight, when we got offered that fight against Virgil, I told Diaz was the matchmaker at the time. I told Diaz, I'm gonna tell you yes to the fight, no to the purse. And Diaz says to me, okay, we got somebody else. And he ended up. It was no negotiation. It was super disrespectful. Then we get with PBC and we feel like we're home. These people treated us, you know, great for two fights, bro. Anything I asked, it was there. And then obviously they lose Showtime and we end up out of the picture.
But when you
So,
say you end up out of the picture, is it simply because you didn't want to continue to wait for them to find you a fight, or they said, "Look, we lost Showtime. We're going to give you a release." You asked for the release. How'd that work?
I talked to Mr. Brown and personally, and he told me, you know, um, you know what happened? We lost Showtime, whatever, whatever, to make it short. And he said, go do your thing, move. Um, if we find something along the way, I don't mind working with you guys. Because to be honest with you, bro, they were working with us at a good faith. You know what I mean? And he told me, give us the green light, go do what you gotta do. If something comes this way, um, we'll definitely put you on. But then, Boots now is with Matchroom and everybody moved. Everybody's looking for the ways to eat. You know what I mean? You cannot lay down and starve. You know what I mean?
So, coach, why not call Top Rank? They seem to always have dates. Their fighters never
You know what,
complain.
bro? I did call Top Rank. I talked to oh my god, I cannot remember his name. The matchmaker.
Brad,
Yes, I talked to
Brad
Brad.
Goodman.
I mentioned to Brad. Yes, Brad Goodman, good friend of ours. To be honest with you, the first when Rashidi was turning pro, um, I talked to Top Rank. That was the first choice. But then when Rashidi was sparring Canelo, Oscar was there, and Oscar signed them on the spot, and they made it sound like like we were gonna be married to this wonderful woman that cooks and clean, and then it ended up being the opposite, bro. So I talked to Brad Goodman. Brad told me that the calendar year was full, but he was talking to me on January. So that's an open door. I'm waiting for January. I'm gonna reach back to Brad Goodman. I also mentioned to Brad Goodman the 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 possibility if it was one for Rashidi Ellis to fight Norman Jr. and he liked that. He told me, "Oh, that's a great fight." So he said to me that I reach out to him back in January and see what they can do.
all right. Well, at least you know you got something cooking. And you got him active, and you're
Yeah,
also saying you're fighting in January.
yeah.
Now,
So that's uh,
how's that work with the opponents? Like, I'm not trying to be in your pocket, so I don't want a number, but Rashidi is being paid, right? Because that show looked like you guys are paying the opponent.
no, we are getting paid. Obviously, we're not getting paid what we're getting paid with the big companies. We get a percentage of the tickets, and and like I told you, we're in a partnership with CES, where I understand Mr. Jimmy Berfield has put his time into this sport of boxing, and we want to use his knowledge. We want to use his connections, and at the end of the day, I really like the guy. I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done for the sport. And bro, like as well as I do, this game is not a game for everyone. And me and Jimmy Verfield are on a handshake. We have no contract. We shake hands and we say we're gonna help each other move Rashidi. We're gonna be business partners. And who does that? So yeah, he gets paid. We get percentage of the tickets. Hopefully, we get to fight January. January is in one of the big casinos, and it'll be a better quality show. A better feel overall.
For sure, for sure. So Jimmy seems to have good connections, specifically with Top Rank. Do you think that
Yes,
the partnership with Jimmy will, I guess, extend into a deal with Top Rank, or are you looking to do that alone? Because right now,
it could be.
CES is co-promoting Jermaine Ortiz with Box Lab Promotions.
It could be, man. At the end of the day, we Rashidi ain't getting any younger, bro. We want to get a title fight. We want to win the title at 47, and then win another one at 54. Um, whatever comes our way, whatever's better. Obviously, I'll stay with Jimmy and listen to him. Um, but yeah, Jimmy's good with the WBC. Jimmy's good with Top Rank. Jimmy's good with everybody, bro. This guy is good with everybody. And whatever's best at the moment, that's what we're gonna do, bro. Whatever's gonna bring the title faster. We don't need. 2,000 tune-ups. We don't, Rashidi can fight. Let's do another one at 47. Let the rust go, and we're ready to go. But yeah, whatever comes first, bro, we taking if it makes sense.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say next, but it sounds like he is coming back to 47. He's not gonna, because I mean, like you said, he's not getting any younger. He can still make 47, and that's where he wants his world title.
Yeah, he can make it. Like the last past fights, he was 145 before the weight. I let him eat a little bit, drink 146 and a half. He makes it good, and I see the questions, but he makes it pretty good, and he can win a title at 47, and I'm pretty sure he can handle 54 really good.
Well, I got a couple of questions from the people before we let you go. First one is Toledo Treese. He says, is there a possibility of Rashidi fighting Cordell Booker on CES promotions at 54, or is 47 his primary focus? And have you ever worked with bare knuckle fighters?
Cordell is a good friend of ours, bro. Him and Rashidi was supposed to fight in a national tournament a couple of years ago. They didn't get to fight. Um, yeah, we're gonna do 47 for now. Cordell is looking to get a title at 54 too, so I don't see that happening, And I have never worked with bare knuckle fighters though.
Um, have you reached out to OTX Boxing? They're on the zone. They have a
I
beautiful production. They do their fights out of Atlanta. They have all that social media influence. They have the only
Yeah,
deal on the zone where their fights are on the zone and on their social medias because their influence is so strong on social media.
wow.
Have you considered OTX?
Yes, I think I reached out to them, and I'm waiting on the response. I actually 100% sure I did.
All right, let me know. I got Brandon's number if you need it. We
Send them
got
my way, brother.
You got it. We got Rod in LA that says, based on how things turned out with PBC, do you feel that was a bad move? And if you had to do it again, would you have gone with another promotional company?
No, I will go back with PVC, bro. PVC. The minute we landed there, we got treated with respect. With the Golden Boy, we always felt that we were the opponents. First of all, we're fighting in the East Coast against East Coast guys. We fought Alexis Rocha almost in his hometown. His judges, his referees. When we went to PVC, we felt like we were with PVC. Um, it's just the moment we went with PVC, they lost their contract. They have so many fighters. At the time, they had most of the welterweights in their stable. They had uh, Boots. They had Errol Spence with all the belts. So I said, here we go. We landed where we wanted it to be. So I'll do it all over again if I had the chance.
And we got New York Bullet that says, are you still open to the Villa rematch even though he lost now? I would still like to see that personally. So I'm actually happy that you said you were treated good at PBC because I thought that was a robbery. I thought you guys won that fight. I mean, I say it all the
Yeah.
time. I can't say it enough. It was unfortunate because then Villa got the boots fight. So you didn't feel you were done wrong in that fight. You think that was judges then?
Uh, when the decision was about to be given, um, cannot my God, I lost his train of thought. His name, Mr. Watson. He was so upset at the whole situation. They were taking so long, and I could hear him say, oh my God, no, don't tell me. They love Rashidi, and when the decision was given, he actually asked me to go and ask the commission again if they were right, and the lady said, yeah, we're right. I thought it was robbery. I still have the picture of the CompuBox. Rashidi landed more on everything, jabs, everything. He outlanded Villa by a lot. Um, I told you this before. I told Rashidi, man, we're getting fucked. And Rashidi said, we're gonna lose. I go, nah, bro, they're giving us a draw. So to me, I thought we were getting fucked with a draw. Never mind the loss. And you know, not making excuses. I got the paperwork. Rashidi was hurt, whatever. It was up to us to take the fight or not. So that goes out the window. I was watching Villa fighting, and um, I was hoping he won because I do want that rematch. Rashidi, which is more important, wants the rematch. Um, we are willing to still do it, 100% to erase the whole Villa situation, or we would love to fight the guy that beat Villa because we can prove a point that way also.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I thought Rashidi kind of slowed down a bit at the end, but I mean, he outboxed. He outboxed, and it's a bit unfair. It seemed like this weekend's fight. Who was it that I was saying he boxed so well and
Nova,
yeah,
Abraham Nova.
and you
Yeah,
know Nova too. He's from your neck of the wood, bro.
Yeah,
They
man.
didn't give him no credit for that fucking fight. That's insane.
yeah, that was
You
crazy.
know what?
Draw.
I watched the first rounds, but then I was at CES at another boxing show up in Mohegan Sun, and I was doing somebody's corner, and then I asked somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, it was a draw," and I'm like, I saw Nova winning this fight at the beginning. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan. Excuse me, Ryan. I meant to say, Alex. Seems like my next guest is 3 minutes early, but that was our last question. Can you give out your social media for anybody that isn't following? Can do so.
Yes, yes, you can follow me on Instagram, Alex Rivera 1469.
All right, Alex. Thank you for jumping on, and we appreciate you. Wish you and Rashidi Ellis the best of luck, and look forward to January. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. World-renowned trainer Alex